Hey everybody, I'm AdamHarry from BoLS, and I'm here today to show off the new Shadow and Pain boxed set for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. If you're not familiar with this one, this is a box set featuring the Daughters of Cain versus some Hedonites of Slaanesh, and it's packed full of miniatures, and it's one heck of a deal actually. We just did some price checks on this, and it's like $350 worth of miniatures in a box that's MSRP in the US is $170, so it's a heck of a deal. But what's in the box? So other than miniatures, which there's quite a few in there, we also have there's War School cards, core rules, there's the Shadow and Pain campaign that you can get to play through, and then tokens and a rangefinder and stuff like that. On top of having a bunch of miniatures we've already seen, there's actually two exclusive miniatures to this box. We have the Lord of Pain and also the Melusai Iron Scale. So very excited about both of those miniatures. But for right now, let's go ahead and pop open the box. And this one has not been unboxed yet. So whole lot of plastic. Boom. Let's start out right there. Whole lot of plastic. So we've got Daughters of Cain. These are the Melusai. No, these are the Chimera, excuse me. With the wings. You can build them in either way. These look like the actual full sprues. So if you want to do the heart renders, you can do that. What else do we have? So I'm trying to sort this out with the Daughters of Cain and the Hedonites in two separate piles. Let me just do that real quick. I'm going to cut and do that and we'll come back. Okay, I've got them sorted out into two separate piles, as you saw there. It's quite a bit of stuff. I'm going to move the Hedonite stuff back in the box for a second, and we'll go through these sprues real quick. Again, we've seen these models before, so I just kind of want to focus on the new stuff, and then we'll come back to the rest of it here. But again, your Blood Sisters here, Melusai unit. We've got the character, which we'll come back to in one moment here. More Melusai, which you can build them up in either way, either the Heartseekers or the Blood Sisters, however you want to do that, and then the Chimera as well. So, again, we've seen these models before. They're from the Daughters of Cain line. They're fantastic. I'm actually really excited to get 10 of these bad boys, or bad ladies, I guess. The Snake Ladies. A friend of mine uses them against me a lot, and I get killed by them quite a bit, so I do appreciate those units. And then, of course, the new character here, the Iron Scale, which we'll take a quick look at the sprue proper here, just to get a look at there. We might even have an edit later where we actually put this bad boy together, so we'll see. But yeah, it's a neat looking sprue. I like the columns. If you're familiar at all with the Morathi miniature, you know she's got a big old column there, so this one is kind of like a nod to that. So pretty cool. Nice little feature there. Okay, moving on. Okay, here is the Melusai built, the Iron Scale. As you can see here, I wanted to grab a couple of things that were Age of Sigmar appropriate. So we have an Ogre, we have her next to a Keeper of Secrets, which seemed appropriate. But you can see she's on a 40mm base. She actually looks pretty good, all built, put together. My only bit of advice is when you're assembling this model, watch out for the undertail and definitely build them in the correct order that is listed, and don't try to skip ahead like I did. Cut back to the Hedonites. Here we go. Oh, looks like a bit popped off. That is a Hedonite tail. I'll put that in the box for later. Okay, so there's quite a few Hedonite kits in here. Well, models, I should say. There's a lot of the Seekers. So not the demonic Seeker riders, but the mortal Seekers. So, and their name escapes me right now. But you get two sets of those, so you can end up with quite a few, like 10 of them, I believe. Yeah, there's another sprue worth of them right here. So, yeah, that's a lot of Seekers. And there's the other sprue. Yeah, so just if you count the bodies, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there you go. You can look at these models. We've seen them before. They're not exactly new, but there are a lot of them. So that's a plus. Then we have the lawn care unit the Mega Mulcher, I like to call it, as well. That's also a part of the Hedonites stuff, so you've seen that before. You can actually build it a couple different ways, but that's beside the point. And we also get a unit of 10 Daemonettes. We've seen these sprues. And I just want to point out, too, this is an old sprue of Daemonettes, right? You can see how kind of loose and stuff the models look compared to, like, the new densely packed sprues. So if you wondered what the technology change was by GW in the past, they went from being able to like pack, you know, their sprue technology is like, this is pretty loosey-goosey, there's not a whole lot of like, there's a lot of space in between models and stuff, to we're just going to densely pack everything in there. And that was within a few years of each other. So yeah, good stuff. Okay. And then finally, the one I know that everybody really wants to see here is the characters. So let's zoom in on this bad boy. It's an interesting little kit, very compact sprue again. Looks pretty easy. Again, we might edit the built model into this video at the end. So there you have it. Okay, we also built the Lord of Pain, as you can see. There's a nice little family photo of some of the other Slaaneshi demons. He'll be joining their paint scheme here shortly. But yeah, it went together pretty easily. This was actually a really simple build. It's on a 40mm base, as you can tell. And yeah, it went together real easy. I think it's only like 8 bits. So yeah, really fast build. But looks really good. Fits totally with the theme of Slaanesh. So cool stuff. There's also a whole batch of stuff left in the box, which we're gonna pop here real fast. All I did was rotate this sideways. There was that bit that fell out, and keep that over here. Just some artwork. Again, it's used as a protector to keep the books from getting scratched up. But yeah, if you want to frame that up, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. I don't think GW will either. So there's some bases, which you need those, and then a bunch of books and cardboard and stuff. We'll pop this open. There you go, more bases. So let's pop this open and take a look inside this. All right, I've got the plastic wrap off of this bundle. I haven't opened it all up yet, but let's go ahead and do that now. We've got the Shadow and Pain book. Move that to the side. We've got the core rules, which we get these in all the books, which is kind of nice, but we need an extra one. There you have it, and it's the full-size one. We also have the tokens and the measuring devices, which pop right out. So there you go. Tokens are always handy, by the way, for Age of Sigmar in particular. So objective markers, you can use them for that. There's probably rules in here that will probably use some of these too. So aside from command points and stuff like that. The instructions on how to build everything, which are full color. So there you go. There's a whole lot of base sizes. Kind of cool. And then the War Scroll cards, which you can actually see most of these units online. Actually, want to look at that guy, the Hellflayer, Hellstriders, Daemonettes. So they're called Hellstriders, not Seekers. My bad. I see that now. So that's there. And then we do have the Heart Renders. There, Heart Renders right there. Melusai, Iron Scale, which we'll take a look at as well. And then Bloodstalkers and Blood Sisters. Bloodstalkers and Heart Seekers is what I called them earlier, but I meant Bloodstalkers. So I would build this unit personally. Okay, real fast, let's take a look at these two characters before we move on to anything else. And I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see this one. So, a little trick. Boom. Okay. Holding it down for me. Here we go. Lord of Pain is the new character. Move 6, 5 wounds, 4 up save, 7 bravery. Nothing crazy. It's a pretty typical character profile. 4 up save is not bad. Soul Piercer Mace, which is a 2-inch range, which is kind of nice. 5 attacks. That's nice. 3 and 3. So hits on 3s, 1 on 3s. That's very nice. -1 rend, not too bad. And then 2 damage a pop. So potential for 10 damage there from this one character. So not bad. And that's just based off the stats. What are the rules? Single model armor with Soul Piercer Mace. No big deal there. Share the Pain. Roll die each time you allocate a wound or mortal wound to this model. On a 5-up, that wound or mortal wound is negated. In addition, if a wound or mortal wound is negated by this ability in the combat phase, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal wound after all its attacks have been resolved. Nice! So he's got a built-in reflection shield there. So with a 5-up save, that returns the favor back to the unit that wounded him. So possible more damage. Command ability. Paragon of Depravity. You can use the command ability in the combat phase. If you do, pick 1 friendly Hedonite mortal unit wholly within 12 inches of this model. You can reroll hit rolls for attacks made by the unit in that phase. Not bad. Not bad at all. A neat little character there. And then looking over here at the Melusai Iron Scale. 2 pages of rules here. 6 wounds, 8-inch move, 5 up saves, 9 bravery. It's tougher than it sounds because of all the other tricks Daughter of Cain can pull off, so don't discount those. Missile weapon. I'm not even going to attempt to say that name. I guess I have to, though. Let's see. Keldris Scythe? Sure. 18-inch range, 3 attacks, 3 hit, 3 wound, -1 rend, 1 damage. Not bad for a 18-inch range shot. And then the melee weapon, also Keldris Scythe. I'm probably butchering it. Sorry. Keldris Safe? I don't know. 2-inch range, 3 attacks, 3 hits, 30 hit, 30 wound, -1 rend, D3 damage. A little bit meaner in close combat, but you get a pretty good range attack, so it kind of balances. Description. Single model. You know that one. Abilities. Blood of the Oracle. Each time this model is affected by a spell or endless spell, you can roll a die. If you do so on a 5-up, ignore the effects of that spell or other spell on this model. Nice. Little 5-up, ignore your spell save there. Gory Offering. If any enemy models are slain by wounds inflicted by this model's attacks in the combat phase, you can add 1 to the attack's characteristic of friendly Melusai units wholly within 12 inches of this model until the end of the phase. That's actually pretty good. Gotta be wholly within 12, but it's 40 of them in your base, and that ends up being a 2-foot, bubble from end to end. Give or take a couple. So just make sure your unit's nearby. Moving on, turn to Crystal. At the end of the combat phase, you can pick 1 enemy within 1 inch of this model and roll a die on a 3+. That enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. That's the Crystal attack, the Crystal Pale attack. You might remember that from the other Melusai units. And then finally, the command ability, Wrath of the Scathborn. I'm not sure. You can use this command ability once per turn in your hero phase. If you do so, pick 1 friendly Melusai unit wholly within 12 inches of the model. Until your next hero phase, that unit can run and still shoot and or charge later in the same turn. In addition, until your next hero phase, you can roll 2d6 instead of a d6 when you make a run roll for that unit. Nice! Some extra speed there, getting to run and charge. Yeah, that's a nasty little character. On top of that, it's not a unique character, so yeah, I think the Iron Scale might show up in some Daughter of Cain. Last thing we're going to flip through real fast is the Shadow and Pain book here. This is the campaign book. Real fast, it's 30 or it's 41 pages technically. You can see here, you'll see the page count here, but it's got everything you need to play with the models that are included in this box set. So yeah, it's got a really nice chunk of lore to read up on what's going on here. Kind of fills in some of the blanks, or kind of hones in on some of the events going on with the new Broken Realms stuff, which is tied back to Warcry Catacombs. They're tied to the new Broken Realms Wrathy book coming out as well. So it's a big overall narrative that Daughter of Cain and Wrathy are front and center of. So cool stuff. Moving on here, though, we've got the lore going behind everything. Realm of Battle, you get a couple of battle plans too, and then all the war scrolls that also are included here. So I'm not going to get into what's going on with the lore because I haven't had a chance to read all of this yet. So just know that it's Daughter of Cain, He Knights of Slaanesh going to town, and then the 2 new characters are introduced as well. Then you've got Deception and Depravity. This is the Realm of Battle for the Region of War, the Umbral Vale. So you have that. If you wanted to use the Realm of Battle rules, you can do that. So you can fight these battles straight up in the realm there. So yeah, more battle plans, which again we'll play through the campaign of Shadow and Pain for you if you choose to do that, and then we get to the War Scrolls, which just went over here. You also get 2 battalions. I wanted to mention that too. So Tralia's Scathcoven, sorry if I'm butchering that. There you go. Basically, take the units included in this box. You can run this War Scroll. Same here with the Cavalcade. I'm not even gonna gotta try, I guess. Getharix. I don't. Come on, GW. At least it's not like Blood Skull Team Snake guys. So whatever. Lord of Pain, unit of Daemonettes, 1 Hellflayer, and 2 units of 5 Hellstriders. Again, taking this box, you can run this one. Abilities-wise, the Scath Coven here, if you take this formation, this battalion, you can reroll save rolls of 1 for attacks that target friendly units from this battalion. Not bad. Over here, Unyielding Seekers. Do not take the battle shock test for friendly units from this battalion. There you go. That's nice. And then there's also points and stuff of pitch battle profiles as well. These should all be updated as well on the Warhammer community website if you are doing any list building. So there you have it. That was the Shadow and Pain box set. It is a fantastic deal. If you are interested in playing either one of these armies or both of these armies, you can't go wrong with this box set. You could literally play one of these armies, buy this box, and throw the other army in the garbage, and you would still come out ahead in terms of MSRP versus the models in the box, if you counted all the extras too. So it's a really good deal. Don't do that if you're going to throw those models away. Find a friend and just give it, starter army. There you go. Anyway, that's going to be it for our unboxing here. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.